Good morning. Welcome to part B of the flower bouquet of the botanical collection. We already have created a few of the flowers in our last video. Well, just a couple actually. We did the daisies and the roses, and that's as far as we've gotten. So yeah, let's shorten up this intro and just start building. So I'll put that back there, and I'll pull out bag 2. Well, let's pull the manual out first. There's our 32 axles. I'll set those to the side. Bag 2. Bag 2. And that's it. And that is it. Okay. I'm gonna pull out my Lego sorter. And I'm going to move this. I'm going to move this because I am afraid that with this being so far out here, I'm going to bump it back and push the flowers over and break that vase. And I think this is good enough for showing off right now. I'm going to put this down here and away and open up. Obviously, the first instructions are going to be open the bags and pour them out. So it looks like today we'll be creating the California poppy and the lavender and a few greenery sort of things. Those things. Well, green pieces of grass maybe. Just little green things. So for the big ones in the big container, pull out the little bag, and I'm going to pour the smaller ones in the smaller container. Those are kind of medium sized today, so I'm going to call that the medium place. And then we'll take the teeny tiny small ones and just pour them into that cubby. Now there's one more. 2 more. Ooh, I'm not doing a good job of making sure all the pieces are out. Okay. Well, you probably can't see that. Alrighty. Bring this down to hold open my book. And we start with a 2x2 brick, round brick, with a cross hole in the middle. We're going to grab 2 snot pieces with buttons. There's no buttons on the back, they're on the front and on either side. So we're going to grab 2 of those. And we're going to grab a 2x2 plate. So we'll take these 2 snot pieces and put their smooth backs against each other on top of that 2x2 brick, round brick, and then place this 2x2 plate on top of that, just like so, just like that. Now we're going to take, this will probably be in my little pieces, and they are these little pieces. We need 4 of those. 2, 3, 4, and we'll just place that on the top here on each of these buttons. Each of these 4 buttons. Wow, that one didn't stay. It wanted to go with my finger. There you are. We'll need 2 1x2 excuse me, 1x2 plates with the clip on the side. There's the second one. And 4 of these. Boom. Now on the clip, we're going to place 2 of these orange pieces like this, so that we have the clip at the back and they're hanging over like that. So 2 of those. All right. Now attach these to the side here. We'll put on this snot piece here with the clip up. So like this. Doo-doo. Clip up. Push that on there. And do the same on the opposite side for the other. Okay. Okay. Now take 2 more with the 1x2 plates with the clip on the side, and this time we're going to use 2 of these. Oops, throwing it around. So 2 of those. It's so bright. Why can't I find a second one? Oh, it was covered. And put the 1x2 clip in there just like that. And repeat with the second one. And what do you know? We're just going to place it on those spots that are open, just as we did the first 2 around the edge. We need 4 of these little clips with a small hole in the bottom. They almost look, with that color, they almost look like the arms of the minifigures. We're going to need 4 of those, and we're going to those 4 little gold pieces that we put in the middle. We're going to place them, or put that hole on top of those pieces, and we're going to place them in a way that they are, well, I'll put them all on and show you what they're supposed to be, how they're supposed to be positioned. They should be opposite of each other, but they are. Okay, let me straighten them out like that. Do you see the position? The clips are all kind of across from the other ones. So the outside ones with these clips are like this, and then we just kind of, well, you saw. Don't need to explain it. All right, now we need 4 of these 1x2 plates with the, I guess, the handle on the side, like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we need 4 of these pieces. These are guess these would be the top of a car. I mean, that's the most common I use them for. So, oh, little side note again. The pedal elements right here are usually used in Lego cars and airplanes. It is the first time they are available in this bright orange color. Wow, we learned something. This is the first time that they've used this. We did know that it's used on cars. I didn't know airplanes. I haven't built an airplane yet. But it's the first time to be in this bright color. We'll need 4 of those. So here's 4 of those. And I'm making a wild guess about putting this on here, and I'm right. This just goes on the top, oops, like that. For all four of these pieces. 4 for 4 pieces. Now place them in the clips on the outside with the bottom facing down, like that. Okay, all the way around the edge. 3 and 4. And does that complete one? Well, we have to put a little stem underneath. Let's get this red axle out here. And we need a green axle connector, the one that's angled. We've been using this one a bit. This angled green axle connector with the hole in the middle. And just place the axle in one side. And then, like I said, that 2x2 round brick has an axle hole in the middle. Just push it up into there, like that. Now I'm going to bring out the long 32 axle, and I need just one, obviously. And then let's see, at the bottom I'm going to use this axle connector. This is just the basic straight one, no holes except for the top and bottom, the cross holes, no holes in the middle, and just put it on the bottom like that. And like I thought, place it in this. I'm going to get rid of this watch. It keeps scraping and banging the table too much. I'm just going to set it up there. Okay, and that is that. Now we have completed that California poppy, and I believe at the very beginning it said make 2 of them. No. Well, seems like this is going to be the only flower that's by itself. We only need 1 of those. So that's all for that flower. I'm going to place that over here for the time being. That's out of frame. And we're going to make that green stuff to kind of just add it as a fill-in. We're going to need 1 of those. Now this is very delicate, this stuff, so you don't want to push it down and bend it. And we need a 2x2 plate, round plate. Here it is, and it does have a cross hole in the middle. We'll place that on top here. I'm not going to push too hard. Let's see if I could do this without, there we go. There's 1. And then in the middle of all this greenery, we're going to place 1 of these. And place it so that this stopper right here is down in it. And there is a hole down there. You probably can't see. Maybe if I put it in the window. There we go. With the light behind it, there is a hole down in there. So push that down in there. And then add 2 of these so put them on top of each other, and there's a hole in them. You're just going to slide that on that piece that we just placed in before, and slide it down as far as you can, like that. Now take this next one and just place it on top of all of what we've created right here. And I don't want to push too hard, so oops, like that. I think that's good. Yeah. Yep, just like that. Now, we need an axle, 32 axle. We need 4 axle connectors. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 axle pieces. So just start with 1. Let's put that over there. Start with 1, put in an axle piece, add an axle connector, add an axle connector, doing it again, and now we're done until you have 4 lined up, and then you just place it on the end of the 32 axle, and then this goes up into here as far as it can go. And there's that. Now I'm supposed to create 2 of these, so I'm just gonna go through all those steps to create 1 more of these again. And there we go. A 1, a 2. So now we have the poppy. Oh, so these are going to stick up pretty high above some of the flowers, just looking at the length of it. Okay, we've done those, put those to the side. And now we're on to the lavender, and I know this is going to take a lot of little pieces just based on lavender. Lavender has a lot of little flowers around it. So let's start by getting one of these, one of these, and a little stud, and one of those. And so this is just going to go right directly in the middle. Same with this little stud. That's about the only time I call these things studs, is when they're single by themselves. I don't like using the term stud for some reason. I know I say button a lot. Maybe I'll just change that. Whenever I say stud, I'll change it to button. I'm thinking to myself, so don't listen to me. We're going to need another one of these that we were using previously, and that's going to go with the stopper down here, and the long end is going to go up through here. So just push it up all the way through, like that. Got a little top now. Oh, it really is a little top. Well, that's fun. Now we grab another one of these and we place it on top. Push that down and line them up so that they're not crooked like what I did. Make them lined up. And then on top we put one of those. 1 by 1 round brick. Now repeat the process with this and push that down on top and make sure you line up all your pieces. They're all lined up. And grab, okay, so here's a axle connector. Put that on top. And then grab another one of those. Now with the stopper side down, put it in that axle connector that we just placed there. And you see how there are kind of these dips. I'm looking at the side here, not down the middle. These dips, kind of curves on the edge of this axle connector. Put those, line those up with the buttons. Otherwise you can't push it down all the way. See, if I put it where the buttons aren't, I can't push it down and I still have a gap right there. So if I line them up with the buttons, I can push it down all the way. See, now it's flush below those buttons. I wonder if it still can be a top. Not as much. Okay, we're having too much fun with the top thing. Put that here. I grab one of these, another one of these, and 4 of these. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to place this in the middle. There is a hole in the middle of this, as well as this piece. Place it in the middle, and these, turn them upside down and place them on these poles. Just place them on those. I'll figure out what those are called later. Staffs. We'll figure that out later. So do that and repeat that again. Exactly the same way. Let me make sure exactly the same way. Yes, exactly the same way. Don't know why they separated that out. They could have just said do that 2 times, but they made 2 separate instructions to do the same thing twice. I bet you they go through a whole test audience to kind of figure out how to create these instructions, and I'm pretty sure their reasoning is sound for doing what they do. Okay, so we've created the same thing, another one. Now will it do that again? No. So place the first one down and slide it down all the way. And so this one, as we slide it down, it won't line up. We're going to turn it so that it's well, it's so that you can see at this angle all of these flowers. So I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Let me push that all the way down to connect. Come on. It's not getting on there. Why? Oh no, it's on there. And then adjust these so that they're, so it looks like that. Yeah, let's see if I can get it straight on. There we go. Now we'll need a snot piece, 1 by 1, with buttons on all the outsides. We're going to need one of these and 4 of these. Oh, the sun's coming out. Hopefully it won't get so bright that you can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Now place this right on top like that, and these will go around the outside. Use these buttons and have the point facing up, kind of like that. Not like that, just like that. Okay, straighten those pieces out. They're not straightened out, they don't get flush, they don't get close. And now that, oops, that piece is complete. And we place this right on top and do the same thing that we did opposite with this piece, so that the points of whatever these are opposite of this last one. So we have first layer, second layer, third layer. I hope that made sense. You could just take a look right there. That's what it's supposed to look like. Now we need to start putting some flowers down here now. We're going to need 4 of these. These look like a 2x2 cone brick with a button on top. I don't know. That might be what it's referred to as, but we need 4 of those. And then we need 4 of these 1x1 plates with a clip on top. And I have 4. Okay. And just pop each one of these on top. 1, 2. Ooh, that one they damaged when they broke it off. There's a big, you probably can't see, like a ding in the side of that Lego. Oh, and that one too. Ooh, they were in a hurry or something. I'll probably file that down and flatten it out. So I think they didn't let it cool enough. It looks like a melted drop. Anyways, there's those 4. And side note, the bright purple, which one's purple? You tell me which one's purple, because all this does not look purple to me. The bright purple blossoms in the middle, I'm guessing since we're going to use these in the middle that are talking about this, are more commonly seen as the heads of droids and robots in Lego Star Wars sets. Ah, that's what those have been used for. I've seen that before. Cool. Lego fact. Now, we're going to place these. We're kind of doing back and forth with these things all the way down. So if this is pointed, let's just say this is the top, this is tilted just next to the top, then it goes back again, and then the next layer down we're going to do the same, kind of just go back and forth. And there's a word for that I cannot think off the top of my head. Is it staggering? No, there's a word for it. Maybe it's staggering. And just kind of going back and forth doing it's not the opposite of it, but it's close to. And you can see as I put this on, let's see if we can get a straight shot. Okay, let's just start from the top. This one, then this layer, then this layer, then this layer. You see how they're all kind of going back and forth. And now let's do it again. They've separated it again. I wonder if it's just a filler, like they had so many pages. So we're just doing the exact same thing we just did. And so this will be really easy to do. I don't even need to show you what pieces because it's repeating what we just did. Now, I think staggering is the right word. Whew, we saved that. The camera was at 1% and just about to turn off. So we're still recording. We're good. Okay. Do that, and this is getting quite bright behind me, so I might shut the curtain a bit. I mean, at least just this one. Oh, that's two. There we go. There we go. At least that one. Okay. Okay. I've always talked about how many times I say okay. Too many. Now we need 4 of these. These are a little different. Than those droid heads. These aren't droid. These would probably be R2-D2 heads. And then we need 4 of these. And I haven't used this one before. It actually looks like a flower. 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 of these clips again. These 1x1 plate clips with a clip on top. Just put this R2-D2 droid head on top of that flower piece, and then the clip on top of that. For all 4 of these. 4 for 4 pieces. Okay. Now we clip that. Turn them up. Turn them up. Turn it up. And last one here. Maybe the last one. I'm pretty sure. And we have that. Okay, it calls to make 2 of these. So you know what that means. Time for a little time-lapse action. All right, we have 2 of these. Now, the step I missed on the last one, so we'll just kind of do the same to both, is we're going to make 8 more of these right here real quick, and then they go right next to each one of these, and they're just going to face directly out like this. So it'll just kind of be, instead of pushed up, it'll just be facing out. So I'm going to fill in those spots. I was wondering why I had so many more extra of these pieces. For a moment there, I thought maybe I saw 2 and I was actually supposed to make 3 lavender, but no, I just didn't look at the last step of each of these here. So we'll put those together and put these clips on top. Should be rather quick. Why do we have so many extra green pieces here? Oh, well, why am I asking that? We haven't even created the stems of these lavender yet. Silly me. Silly me. We'll just clip this one here, this one here, and that one there, because we already put on the first one. So that's a complete lavender right there. Not with, and I'm not talking about with the stem yet, it's not that complete, it's just talking about the lavender part of the flower. They make lavender foods and drinks. I think I had a lavender pop once, and it was, to me, it was really nasty because I've only known lavender to be a cleaning product. So it was very odd. It sounded cool. Excuse me. It sounded really cool to be used as a, I have a lavender pop and I'm sophisticated, but when I took a drink I was like, ugh, I'm drinking cleaner. Ugh, look at me, I'm sophisticated. I'm sophisticated. Now, take an axle, a 3-axle, and an axle connector, same one we've been using. Put those together, and on top of this we're going to put this piece. It's got a hole in the middle. I'm going to put it down here so you can see it more. A hole in the middle, and then 2 axle coming off the side. And we put that 2 axles coming off the side. We just slide the hole over that gray axle. Now we do want one of these axle connectors, these angled ones that we've used before, and we just put that on top there. Like that. Then we put another axle in top of that one. So it should look like this so far. Will it balance? Will it stay? Maybe it's because, okay, there we go. Looks like a little man. It's a little man sound that I make. We need 2 of these, and so it's kind of a T-shaped in the sense of how the holes line up. These are cross holes. It's got it at the bottom, and then if you tilt it upward, it's got another cross hole right there. And I need 2 of those. And then I need 2 of these leaves. And so I place this in this leaf like this, so that the bottom axle, let's see, so it looks like that. And then you're going to plug that into one of these axles that are sitting off the stem. Just do the same thing with this one, exact same thing. And I see what they're doing here. Look at that, I've got a leaf Leaves is this right there. Oh, okay. Another side note, these leaves on this flower originated as Lego claw elements in 2014. Wow, there must have been a really big piece for these to be claws. What claw would, maybe a dinosaur? A large dinosaur? Well, cool. Take another axle connector that's got the hole in the middle, the angled one, and place it on top of the last one we left off. So we're looking like, let's get some light. There we go. Looking like that. And these are just kind of moving them around themselves. So I don't think that there's a specific way that those need to be, because they just kind of move on their own. Now take two of these little buttons. These are the flower style buttons, like that, and you place, I'm going to hold it like this, you place one here in that hole, and then turning this around, place the other in that hole right there. So we got one on either side. All right, now we're going to make just a simple stem here. We're going to need 8 of these axle connectors and 8 of these red axles, and we just keep putting them together, one after the other. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oops, 6, 7, 8. All right. And we should be able to just go right underneath here and pop this in. Like that. Now, the other one, so this is not going to be a repeat, we don't need to make the same stem. The next one we're going to do seems to be a little bit more simple because it just is made out of all straight axle connector pieces. And now my phone's about to run out of battery, but that's okay. If that runs out, I'm still recording here. It's just I'm looking at myself. I like to look at myself so I can see what you see. We're going to need, we'll start with the gray axle, the 3 axle, and place it in an axle connector. Kind of like we did starting out the last time. Let me put those over there, not to confuse you. And then we put another one of these pieces on here, and then on top of that we place axle connector, and then a little red axle on top of that, and then another axle connector on top of that. It's interesting how they spread these steps out. And then we add those leaves like we did last time. So we got 2 leaves, or claws as they created them to be. Then we have 2 more of these. And if you remember last time, we take that and push it up here, like so. And now we have that cross hole to put onto here. for both of these. There we go. And we're going to do the 8 more pieces to create another stem. So 8 of these axle connectors, 8 of these axles. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. And we just place that up into there, like that. So now we have 2 stems. One is curved at the top. Look at that. One's curved at the top. The other is just straight. And for our last step, we place the lavender onto the stems. That one goes there. I feel like it should go on further. This does not feel tight. I just want to see, yeah, there's going to be a gap. Okay, so you probably can't see right here where I'm connecting. There's a big gap. It doesn't go down all the way. Oh man, it's hard to see. There's a big gap. It doesn't go down all the way. Well, here in the picture too, it shows that that gap's going to be there. So, oh well. It's going to be, I'll pull it off to show you. That gap is just the stop. Come on, get in the camera side. That gap is just the end of that stopper on that staff. So, it's not going to go down all the way. And same thing with that one. There's a gap right there. I guess I could bring it down here. There's that gap. It doesn't go down all the way. Okay, so today we are complete with 2 lavender, 1 California poppy, and 2 green fillers. And I think you want to see how it goes with the other ones that we've done. So I'm going to go grab that. And place them together. Let's put 1 lavender here. And another lavender here. And I'm not a bouquetist. Yeah, I know that's not the right term. So it might not look fancy. The California poppy right there. Maybe like that. Okay, this one's tall. They wanted this one tall, which means that these are going to be very tall. Yeah. Oh, that one's sticking up. Let's do that. I may remove some of those to shorten that, just for my preference. But okay. All right. That's what we've accomplished so far. Our flowers. And so we have a couple more flowers to do, and just some more green fillers, which is just some leaves that are going to hang out. And then we will be done, but that's on video 3, so that'll be next time. All right, so thanks for watching. We'll see you next video. Later, Gator.